Hi everybody. I wanted to edit something about the video. Was it called? How to do some inner work? No, basic principle of inner work that I posted some days ago, and I wanted to edit something about the obstacles you will meet by doing this work, because I have a lot of experience with that by working on myself and working with clients, and there are some recurrent difficulties on the way, and I will also shortly want to speak about. I also will follow the same structure from the three center, from the head, the heart, and the belly center, and see what are the specific trap you can trap in when you do this inner work. So the first one with the mind center is kind of known one. It is just to make stories about your story. Like instead of staying focused on what you're busy with, you start or to judge it, or to say, oh, it recalls me that or that or that. You go into interpretation. So you just go away from the subject without noticing it, or you make a story about it and you believe your story, and you go in pure illusion about yourself, and you just believe it. And it happens more than we believe. It definitely happens. So it's to take care of that, to stick on on what really touches you, and it's to develop kind of innocence of what is true or what is not true in what you're telling. And yeah, it's by practicing first thing you learn to recognize. It's important to use the body sensation to as antidote of that. Because when you go back to what do I feel when I tell this story, when I feel which sensation do I have, when you go back to the real feeling of what it does to you, the sensation, the physical sensation, there's feelings behind it. So it's an anchor for your story. And when you go in the pure mind thing, you just go blah, 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 and it can go further and further with just completely illusion. So that's for the mind. For the heart center, what is difficult is to stay there, because when we work about something painful, we don't want to be there, we don't want to feel the pain. So the obstacle there is to be able to stay, and to stay in the pain, and it has courage. So you need to develop courage to do that. That's the main obstacle, and the attention will always go away with work attention you have two different ways to stop the work. One is to go away in distraction into something else, and one is to go asleep. The other one is to go asleep. When you give space to the emotion, you can give so much space to get asleep into that, so you have to stay alert as well. But the main thing is strategy not to feel the pain. So on what you want is precisely to feel what you avoid to feel for years and years and years. So that's the second thing. For the belly, it's very interesting, because when you go from the sensation, from the feeling, from the pain, and you go behind the feeling, what is the need, and you touch the desire behind the pain, so you touch the life forces, so you touch the positive forces behind the pain. So you would believe that you would be super happy about it, and the first feeling is happiness, is strength, is everything new coming, but very quick you go away. It's even more difficult to stay there than it was to stay at the pain. And why is that? Because the memory you have is when you had this desire, when you had this life forces, and you had this movement of life, you met in your past the pain. That's what created, not created, but you met the painful situation through this desire precisely. So you learn to repress it, not to get to the painful situation again. So now when we do this work, we learn to find back the original life forces, but to disconnect them from the conclusion which was made in the past, which is, if I let these life forces be, I will meet the same pain again. So that's why it's very difficult to stay there. It has really to be alert. It's even more difficult because of that, because the old program will say no, if you allow that, then it will go to pain. So it's very paradox, but it's life forces, it's positive, it's free, but you don't allow it because it's your program. So it's again, use the body sensation there. Or every step, use the body sensation again as anchor to what you're really busy with. And when you do that, then you use body sensation to let these new life forces grow, and you just follow it growing, and then it's okay. So that's the main three obstacles I wanted to speak about, which are little addition when you do the inner work. So